All right, let's start. Hang on a second. Just make, yep, all right, cool. Yep. Oh, that's not meant to be top chat. That's meant to be live chat. Cool. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone's going well tonight. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. Okay. Oh, wrong one. I was on the right screen this whole entire time. All right, what we're actually looking at is we're looking at, well, we're just planning at the moment. We're just planning. So we're a little ahead again this month, which is great news for us. So yeah, one thing we do want to do is we do want to have a look at doing the API, but I want to get other people's input. I just haven't made the post yet. So yeah, and we should look at a linter for our code. But yeah, I'll get some input which linters are good. We can look at drag and dropping abilities and stuff like that for the folders. That would be really useful. Having the ability to drag and drop something into a folder or something like that and have it update and all that kind of stuff would be really good and useful. We also got to look at removing old documentation, stuff like that. So I think that will be in two different stages. So the first stage will look at documentation that has been uploaded against a object, and if it's been deleted, wait X amount of time, and then look at purging that document off the system itself. So yeah, add the ability to create objects. Yeah, we haven't bothered with that. I'm only going to focus on in progress at the moment because I've gone through this the other day. Can ban bytes that have change date and creation date on card. That would be good. That can be done. So if someone makes a change, it'll update. It'll actually show. Yeah. And considering we don't have those particular fields at the moment, it'll be nice to actually add them in. Sorry. Get chart. Add priority. This I do want to start next month. So all the Gantt chart stuff I want to start next month. Once again, I've been through all of these. We really do need to start adding in the ability to delete. And a lot of this will be planning for the a lot of this will also implement at the same time that we're implementing the API and stuff like that. So we'll do a little overhaul of that little tiny system. And story points and translating the application. So those are what we kind of want to do over the next couple of months. So yeah, now it's getting a little too hot in here. I'm going to take this off. All right, it's caught. Come on, there you go. All right, and we're in our first ad break. Okay. Hopefully everyone's going well tonight. So yeah. All right. Yeah, it's just one of those times where we've got a plan at the moment. So yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna have another quick look. And hey, Sandy Lee, how are you going? You're just making some burgers? Oh, that sounds lovely. So yeah, I'm gonna make myself some burgers. I made some burgers a week or two ago. They turned out actually rather nice. So yeah, how have you been? What else have you been up to? Alright, should also pull out my cube and mess it up for the next ad break. So yeah. We're about 25 seconds till the ad break's over. It's actually very tedious in the game Galaxy Burger. Okay, fair enough. So yeah. What is Galaxy Burger? Game Galaxy Burger. Haven't played it. Alright, welcome back everyone. So, going back with this. Okay, cool. I do want to translate the application. Yeah. Okay. I'm distracted with this again. I need to put this down. Not put it up until the next ad break. Alright. We won't tackle the translation yet. Implementation for story points. We need to plan this out properly. I want some input with this particular one. Okay, once again, we're waiting for everything else. Get chart, add priority. Alright, once again, I want to do that next month. Kanban, I think we can probably tackle this one today. So currently, at the moment, the Kanban cards don't have any creation date or anything against it. We should implement that. And then whenever there's a change or something added to the Kanban card, we need to update the change date. So yeah, I think that's easy to do. Okay. So let's go over here. Let's CD sites. Yep, NearBeach. Let's do a git pull. Let's make sure our Minio is running. Let's git branch. Okay, git flow. What do we want to call it? Update Kanban card. Update. Git flow feature start. Oh wait, hang on. I thought that was an error. It wasn't. Don't worry. So, what we want to do, Kanban cards to have the change date and creation date on the card. So if we actually go over here, let's minimize everything. Let's open up NearBeach. Let's open up NearBeach. Let's open up the models. And let's search for the Kanban card. Here we are with the Kanban card. We've got the Kanban card ID, Kanban card text, Kanban card description, Kanban sort ID, level, column, board, priority. We've got links, so these are just all the links. Is archive. We do have date created and date modified, so we can potentially just use these on there. This is going to be a lot simpler than I initially thought. So then all we need to do is have the date modified whenever we send anything to the back end. So yeah, and yeah, all right. So Kanban cards have change date and creation date on card itself. Currently cards do not contain this. It'll be useful information to have this. Yep. So I don't know where, I mean, it could potentially be in here. I don't think anywhere else would be useful. So having it in here would be nice. Having a date created and date modified down here would also be nice on the cards itself. And I'm just wondering, a couple of seconds. Sorry, I am... Oof, definitely not that color. Alright, there's a reason why I did that. Okay, I need to reload. Alright, cool. Now, where would I have the dates and stuff like that? I have a feeling down at the very, very bottom would be the best for this. So we're gonna do that. So the idea is there'll be a creation date and a modification date here. I don't know if we need both of them on the card itself, but when we go into the card itself, definitely under details we'll have that information. So if we go and add that information in, I'm going to keep that one open. I'm going to open up this. What we're going to do, we're going to go over here, npm run watch. Going to go back into the code. We're going to hit the debug. Going to minimize everything. We're going to open up this. We're going to open up source JavaScript components. We've got the card information, and then we want card details, which will have everything in here. And then what we want, I think it will be, I'm just wondering where it would be nice to put. So we open up this. I think after card location, yeah. Because then it just becomes an information sort of thing. Unless we can squeeze it up here. But no, I think down at the very, very bottom. Now this would be class column. Div class row, yeah, div class row. MD4. Then we just want a strong, and here we've just got card dates. Okay. Yeah, alright. Oh, sorry, the watch got caught onto a cord. Alright, so, sorry, my brain's just thinking. What we want to do and how we want to do it is we'll have like creation date, and then we'll have modified date, last modified. Okay, cool. I'm just wondering, so we want div class equals row in here, then we want a div class equals md6. I'm going to copy two of those. One of them will be creation date, the other one will be last modified date. That's easy done. So up here, what we want is strong creation date, followed by a simple break, followed by a p class equals text instructions. And this is where we key in some information. We'll figure out that information in a minute. We're just doing the layout first. And then we want strong, and then we want last modified date up here. And then we want p class equals text instructions. Once again, we'll just do something like that. Okay, 2 seconds. All right. So, go over here. We're going to hit reload. We're going to have a look at it. Sorry. So the cache was a part of that then. So if we have a look, we've got creation date last modified. I think that will look nice. I might not make that strong though. I might make that the same as those. So this is why we play around with it. Yeah, I think like that. And then what I want to do, if we move this to the left, let's actually go into our view, find out what data we actually have. So this will be part of the Kanban information. If we have a look at the card results, we have almost everything but those particular fields. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass that information down into the front end from the back end. So if we go into here, let's scroll up to the NearBeach. We want to actually have a look at the views, and this will be part of the Kanban board. The Kanban views. Then we want to hit this particular one, Kanban information. So as you see, we got the data. We just need those particular values. So down at the bottom, I'm just going to put creation date and modified date. And I'm going to double check those particular name fields. So date created. So I got that wrong. And date modified. Not a problem. There we go. Easy done. Easy fix. This is why we double check things. So, yeah. Okay. So we've done that and done that. Now, I am just wondering if we actually change those values. Okay. Maybe not. All right, let's see what the front end does. You aren't using DRF? Daily racing form? Django REST framework, I'm assuming. Sorry. So, no, I've had to roll with my own permissions just because of how NearBeach is set up and stuff like that. So, yeah. That's why. Not necessarily a good idea to use it, to be honest. Okay, fair enough. So, yeah, we essentially wrote our own sort of thing, how everything gets everything. So. All right. we want the card results. Cool. So opening up the card results, we now have in here date created and date modified. So they're in that format, which I do believe will work with our composers. But serializers might be interesting for some of the challenges, like the one that you just made is all I was thinking. Yeah, we've kind of ironed out all of the issues we have with the serializations and so forth like that. We do have one where it is making our trues with the sending it through with a capital T. But we have a solution for that. We just haven't implemented it yet. So yeah. Okay, so with this, we're now going on here. Now, because this is new, I've forgotten it already. So it's not from an int, it's use nice date time. All right, cool. And then it's import date, and that's a string. All right, cool. And if we go up here, we should be able to just go use nice date time, and then we key in the date created. Now this is going to complain because we haven't actually imported it in. So we'll do that down here. I don't know. We hang on. Just trying to remember how we're importing it. We are importing it. All right, cool. Import. Sorry, I forgot how we did this exactly. So use nice date time from that. And I'm just wondering, we use it, we put it into the methods. And we just do that. And then that should automatically use nice date time. It should be doing that. And then we should I need to get some extra data, don't I? So when we open up the card, what actually happens is we get all of this data. So we need to feed this data up and so forth like that. So not a problem. So date modified, get date modified. All right, so we've got two fields that we've got to sort of fling upstream into our Vuex, and we've got to edit our Vuex and so forth like that. So we want to open up our Vuex. Let's edit our Vuex, get everything ready for that. So we've got the card Vuex up here where we've got all of this. So then we've got date created. That is going to be I am just going to copy this, going to paste it in. That's just a temporary thing. Date modified, like so, and then it should go through. Yeah, that will work perfectly fine. And then update card. All right, yep, we need to put it down here. So state dot date created equals payload. Date created. State dot date modified equals payload dot date modified. All right, and then we've just got the get get date created. That's just some state, and then we just go return state dot date created. Easy, done. Get date modified. State return state dot date modified. All right, cool. Sweet. So that should be ready to accept everything. So now we just got to get the Kanban board to send the correct data up. So we need to go under our components, under Kanban, and then it's Kanban information. I've clicked on the wrong one. There we go. Anyway, scroll all the way down. We have under the mounted, we have the, oh no, this happens when we double click on something. Yeah, so it's not this. It'll be Kanban columns, draggable. Hang on. I'm doing something silly. So it's when it's double click. So on one item. So double click card. So go to that implementation. So double click card, filter this MasterCard, return to send data upstream. Let's go to that implementation. Here it is. Here's the data we need to actually send upstream. So we need date created equals filter data dot date created, and then date modified is going to be filter data dot date modified. All right. I'm just waiting a couple of seconds and hit reload. So when I double click on this, it should send stuff up to our VueX. So I'm going to have a check on that. So we click on our VueX, we go to our card. Now those are just defaults, and that's fine. And what we could potentially do is on the card details, we could get those details out. So coming down here, we've got date modified, date created. All right, cool. All right. Sweet. And what we could do is we could space these out just a little bit better. Make this look nice. Like so. All right. Waiting a couple of seconds, and then we're going to hit reload again. All right, over here. Now, this won't change, but if we hit the I, we should see, yes, we've got the nice dates down here. And what I'm going to do, I'm a bit iffy about that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit iffy about that. All right, waiting a couple of seconds. Can hit reload. Can hit this. All right, that's looking a lot better. Now, all I need to do is make sure that this is updating correctly. So what I need to do is set the defaults to now, I don't know if that will work. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a console. We're going to hit refresh. And it seemed to work. All right, cool. So I'm just going to the good old copy. Yeah, all right. So that should be a good default, being the first of this millennial. Yeah. And then waiting a little while, we've waited long enough, we should refresh. We don't have any warnings. We do have this one. But that's fine. And we could always look in here, const value, Oh, all right. We could just clear this out. It doesn't matter. We know it's going to be a string. It comes into here, it double checks everything. And then if it passes, that's when it uses a Luxon to sort of create the date time fields and so forth like that. All right, hitting refresh. If I click on this, it looks like that is working perfectly fine. All right, so I'm happy with that. That little bit of information is nice, and it'll be really nice to actually have it right here on these particular cards themselves. And that should be easy to put in now because we've got it. So if we actually click on a different card, we've created that on the 25th of October. Let's create another card. Should show today's date. We're just going to add this card in, and if we open it up, it doesn't have anything. So we're going to have to fix that up. That's going to be a sort of bug, but that won't be too hard to actually fix. So yeah. All right. Give me 2 seconds. All right. So let's get it out on the start here, and then I'm going to fix that bug. So to do that, we have this. We also have to actually yank that, because if we go to that implementation, and we actually want it there also. Sorry, I've just got the one problem is with the Kanban column, we've got two different components, which are dealing with the fact if you're in read-only, you really strip back the permissions and stuff like that, which in reality shouldn't be done. We should really have a bunch of if statements and stuff like that, but at this particular point, I'm just maintaining that. Alright, cool. Sorry, getting distracted with the cube. Alright, so we've done that. That should be fine. With the draggable, we want to scroll all the way up. And all we need to do can drag cards. We've got carbon information. Oh, that's the icon itself. Okay, template footer. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just having a look at this. I'm just wondering, so link is occurring there, all right. And then we've got the Kanban card ID, then the Kanban card text, and then if there is any tags on it, and then we want it after the tag. All right, cool. And we've just reached our second ad time. All right, cool. Let's quickly do this. All right. Okay, just doing all of that. We've got blue and orange now, blue and white. Blue and orange at the bottom. Alright, sweet. And then we've got blue and white, blue and black. Sorry, blue and brown. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to bump that over there, and we're going to do that with that. And then we're going to be like, alright, sweet. We need to do that, and then that, and that. Okay. Okay. Alright, I need to do that, and then I need to do that, and then I need to do that. Okay. Alright, and welcome back everyone. I'm just gonna see if I've got all the middles all lined up. It does look like it. Alright, cool. So we can actually complete that next ad break. So welcome back everyone. Let's jump back into it because we got it so far. So we got the tags. I want to have this at the very, very bottom. Now we've got movement locked. So if I do that, we've got movement locked. I want this above movement locked. So what we got to do, click on this. And then we simply have a div. Yeah, it'll be a simple div. And then we'll have a created date. And then we'll have a span. And then class equals, actually it'll be a P. No, it won't. Span class equals text instructions. And then in here we'll have, we'll bump this open so it's a lot nicer. Use nice date, and then we should just have single, not single tag. It should be element dot create date created. All right, and that should be it. We technically should have the span like that, so it's all looking nice. I'm just double checking that got pulled in correctly. So this is actually part of the composables. Like so. And then it should also be part of the methods. Using it. Yep, alright, cool. Now, in reality, I do like it at the very end, but we'll leave it there for the moment. Actually, don't know. It'll drive me nuts. There we go. Now that won't take too long to actually compile. It'll hopefully take, yep, there we go. So what we need to do, refresh, create a date. All right, cool. Now, yeah, we're just having a quick look at this. We're determining whether or not this is going to be worth it. Or if we need to actually put the created date somewhere different. I mean, in reality, if we have a look at this one, let's go into here. Let's go, all right, cool. So we've got the div. What we could do is we could move it up to about there. So I'm looking at this top card and the card underneath it, and I'm determining what I like. Where the created date should actually fall. I'm kind of leaning on the top one. Yep. All right, not a problem. What we do, we go in, we scroll up to the created date section. So this one, we go and delete those 6 lines. We then place that in. Boom, done. Now, in reality, what we could do is we could have created date and then put a BR at the end of it and not have this in a div, but it works fine like that. And then when we get rid of all of that, there we go. And that's looking fine. Yep. All right, cool. So now what we've got to do is what happens when we create a new card, create a new card, smiley face. And we add it in. Notice how the creation date doesn't exist. Now, did I have the network tab open? Did it save that? So we have a new card. It comes through. So the object does come through, but we don't have the creation date and we don't have the modified date. So we've got to pass those particular fields in also, and we've got to send them up into the correct spot. So we just got to fix this one little bug up. Won't take us too long to actually do. So I'm just going to close all tabs. We're going to focus on what we just need to focus, which is just the data from the back end into the front end, and then handling the front end with that data. So first stop, we need to go into new card. So an easy way to do this is just go to new card /. It will be this one. So this is part of the URLs. We click on this and we go to this implementation. So new card. So submit the new card. Then down here we just need date created and then date modified. And then realize that there's something wrong here. All right. Don't know why. But that should be working now. So we should get the data to the front end. And then what we want to do, new card, we need to go Kanban information.min. No, let's file mask this. So then it is this particular one. So this is the particular thing contacting the backend. We notice that this is not in how we like our all right, alert. Okay, so what actually happens? Response, new card data comes down, new card list, it emits the new card information. So this will go upstream. Ooh, all right. So what I need to do is I need to find v on new card. And this happens on 2 different places, but that's perfectly fine. And what we want to do is we want to go to this one, store commit new card, add card. All right, let's go into our Vuex then. So I'm going to minimize all the views. I'm going to open up our source. I'm going to open up our JavaScript. I'm going to open up our Vuex. I want to open up our card. We want hang on. Store.commit add card. Oh, hold on. All right. Kanban Vuex. All right. So I was looking under card Vuex. So Kanban Vuex. So add card. Okay, cool. So that should just work. Famous last words though. So if we hit refresh, so notice how we've now got the date perfectly fine here. We're going to add a new card. So brand new card. We're just going to go, all right, cool. Boom, straight away. And if we open it up, we've got the dates and all that kind of stuff. All right, cool. And then we can move that along there. We can also move it back. We can then also go MISC. And we can go production, testing, staging. Perfect. All right, cool. So I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I think that's all I need to do. I'm just having a quick think. What else do I need to do there? We've got it where we've created a card, moved a card, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's only when we create a card that it's going to be a problem. So let's go over here. Let's stop this. Let's go remove static files. Let's go git status, git add, git commit. And what I want to do is implementation of, we actually want to reference this Kanban card. And then what we want to do and I'm just gonna, actually it's oops. And yeah, we just push everything up and then git flow finish feature. Git flow feature finish, sorry. And that should put us back onto the dev branch with all of that keyed in. We didn't need to smush it, it was just one commit, which is awesome. So this particular card now, I'm going to put on to review and QA because we want to review it and QA it. All right. Now, this one we want to focus on next. Okay, so we want to go over here. We want to go git flow feature start drag and drop docs. All right, cool. And then we want to do npm run watch. And, sorry, I'm just, phone's going off like there's no tomorrow. Alright, that's fine. Okay. Alright, sorry, just gotta check. Make sure nothing's gone down at work. So what we want to do, let's go over here. Let's find an object. Let's go into documents. Let's create a folder. Drag document into here. All right, cool. We're just going to upload a document. Let's do shoulder face. Alright, so the idea is I want to be able to grab this, hover over here, and drop it into here, and it'll actually do that. That will be awesome functionality, but also at the same time, I want to be able to be, let's say I'm in here, and let's say I upload a document. Let's do my, I'm up here. I also want to hover over the drag and drop into here, and I think that will be good. Alright, so what we want to do is think about this. Let's close all tabs. Let's go over here. We've got view draggable, and that's part of view 3. So it's this one particular library. We've got the demo, so we'll go to the demos. So in this sort of case, it's kind of like we're dragging and dropping it into another list. or onto an item. Ooh. We won't want to transition. Oh, that's a nice transition. Oh, that's sexy. Definitely not as a table, not as table column. Third party, no. Footer slot, no. Nested. Not nested per se. So, what I'm thinking is, let's roll this out. So we've got the up, we've got a folder, and we've got a document. All right, I'm thinking if this document gets dragged anywhere but where we want it to go, the function will be like, no, I'm not going to run that. Alright. If this is, let's say, dragged and drop onto here, I could get it so that the target, they could look at the target and be like, all right, cool, this target has a folder ID. So let's continue. If it doesn't have a folder ID, just return. Nothing will happen. It won't move. It will make it so it doesn't move. However, with this, if we got this and it drops into, let's say, something with a folder ID, what we can do is we can be like, what is that folder ID? Cool. What's that ID of that document? Cool. Let's just update the folder ID for this. And all of these will have a folder ID. So the parent one will actually have the parent's ID, which I do believe it already has. And these particular ones will also have the folder ID. I do believe they do. So if we actually inspect this, so we don't need that at all. What we've got is go to the parent directory, div document class. We do have an event on it. Okay. Yeah, it's not a problem for me to put in a data attribute into here and have this to work, but I think that's going to be the solution. So when someone drags and it'll, yeah. All right. And, oh my God, my middle mouse button is pissing me off. All right, I'm going back here. All right, so I use that. All right. Cool. So I'm just seeing what I use somewhere else. I'm just thinking those particular items in there. Yeah, we'll have to figure this out. All right, first things first, let's minimize everything. Let's open up this. Let's open up our source JavaScript components. We actually want modules, submodules, and then we want documents module. So under documents module, we can see all of our code and stuff like that. I'm going to minimize this. This is perfectly fine. So in here, we've got add documents and folder button. So if user level is greater than 1, has document permission. All right, cool. That's perfectly fine. Up here, render the files, and then we've got remove folder. We've got render the folders up here. So this might be a droppable component into here. we don't want them moving around and stuff like that, and we want it to yeah, I don't know how to do this. Alright, I am oh wait, go down. I'm gonna try and sit down. Alright. So let's actually have a look at the documentation first. So let's just view the code. So we've got a draggable sort of class. Are we doing every folder as a draggable? That might work. Strangely, that might actually work. So what I mean is, so we're rendering out the folder. We're adding on a adding on this, and what I'm saying is this component should be encased with a draggable. And we just don't have any templates inside. Oh, well, we'll have a basic template. Don't know if that will work though. I mean, we could leave it empty. Oh, sorry, we could leave it empty. Not have a group. Not have a list. Because there'll be nothing there. So the list will be an empty array and the group will be alright. Straight off the bat, let's just do simple. Let's look at simple. Okay, so we've got draggable, we've got at start, at end. We've got the elements itself, so if we get rid of the templates, okay. I am getting distracted with this cube again. I don't know why I picked it up. Alright, so if we have a draggable, disabled, enabled, alright, cool. We won't need that. I think the list, all I need to do is handle the dragging event. We might be able to use plain JavaScript. Because this will be, I don't think this needs something as complicated. I think this will just need something simpler. Simpler. All right. Okay, drag end fires at the source element, the element that was the target of the drag start. Yep, okay. Drag event fires regardless of the drag was completed or cancelled. The drag event handler will check the value of the drop effect property to determine if the drag operation succeeded or not. All right, cool. We could potentially go through this and have a quick look. Do they have an example? So drag start handler, so EV data transfer, set data, plain text, EV target, inner text, EV outer text. All right, that's just setting data on it. Okay. 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 Oh, sorry. I just want an example. All right, it's not giving me an example. Yeah. All right. If I go to here, what I want to do is if I do something like that. Alright, run the files. Alright, cool. So each one of these files should be a div element. So it should be a div, won't let me read that, document child. There we go. Alright, cool. I'm just testing something at the moment. Drag end. That should be drag event. Alright, waiting a little while. What we're going to do is we're going to hit the console. We're going to see what actually happens here. Incoming outbreak in 20 seconds. Alright, cool. So, I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit documents. I'm going to drag this. And I'm just going to drop it. Now, nothing happened. Did I connect it up? No, it didn't. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to wait a little while. And I'm going to hit refresh. Then we're going to hit documents, we're going to drag this, and we're just going to drop it. Alright, cool. Drag in, target A. Buttons, Alright, cool. Okay, let's have... And look at this. So a drag end with the new event, and that's it. All right. So if we have a look at the event, we've got explicit origin. All right, cool. Original target. Yep. Okay, and we're now got ads. All right, welcome back. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna quickly do this and they're done. All right, that is solved. Okay. right. And okay. Oh, damn it. Blues need to be over on that side. All right, cool. So we've got all the mills done. Now we've just got to do the edges. It's going to be pretty simple. And thank you very much for the follow, Kira. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. How are you going, Kira? And welcome back, everyone. All right, cool. All right, so we've just moved this. We've hovered it over this, and nothing has happened. I'm trying to see if it will pick up this. It looks like it didn't. So explicit original target, which is this thing over here. You're doing okay? Oh, that's great to hear. How am I? I'm doing awesome. We're figuring out how we're going to solve this particular problem. Now, we do use VueDraggable library elsewhere, especially on our Kanban board. However, we're like, that thing might be overkill for what we're doing, and all we need to do is drag something like this. So when it hovers over that and we click it on and we drop it onto that, it puts the document into there. So that's what we're currently doing. And I'm just figuring out if we can actually pick up this particular element when we drop it on it. I don't think we can. So yeah, data transfer none. Original target. We don't have a target, do we? No, if I like drag that all the way over somewhere else. Oops. Yeah, I mean, I gotta probably read this properly instead of assuming some things. So drag enter. All right. So we might as well read this. So HTML drag and drop interfaces enable applications to use drag and drop features in browsers. The user may select draggable elements with a mouse and drag those elements to a droppable element and drop them by releasing the mouse button. A translucent representation of the draggable element follows your pointer during the drag operation. All right, cool. You can customize which elements can become draggable, the type of feedback the draggable element produces, and the droppable elements. This overview of HTML drag and drop includes a description of the interface's basically step to add drag and drop support to an application that is interoperably a summary of interfaces. All right, cool. Concept and usage, drag events. So HTML drag and drop uses DOM event models and drag events inherited from mouse events. A typical drag operation begins when a user selects a draggable event, continues when the user drags the element to a droppable event, and then ends when the user releases the draggable element. During the drag operation, several event types are fired. Some events may fire many times, such as drag and drag over elements. Each drag event type has associated event handler. So dragging the item, element is dragged. A drag operation ends, such as releasing the mouse button or hitting the escape key. See the finish of drag. Drag enter, a dragged item enters a valid drop target. See specifying drop targets. A dragged item leaves a valid drop target. A dragged item is being dragged over the valid drop target every few hundred milliseconds. Drag start, the user starts dragging an item, and drop when the item is dropped on a valid drop target. Alright, cool. Let's go through the basics. The session is a summary of basic steps to add drag and drop functionality to an application. Identified what is draggable. Making an element draggable requires adding draggable attributes to the drag start event handler as shown in the following code. So we've got function, drag start handler, EV data transfer, set data, plain text, EV target ID. Alright, cool. So, sorry, I'm just getting distracted with this again. Okay. And hey, QLogic, how are you going? Hopefully you're going well. We, today, are trying to do drag and drop. So the idea being is I want to just drag this into the drag document into here. Or if I'm here, drag it to the parent and it goes up into the parent one. So currently figuring that out. We could potentially use VueDraggable, but I think it's a little overkill for this particular situation. I think we could probably do it with just plain JavaScript. Because all we're doing is, if we go over here, is when we drag, let's say, this over here, what I got to do is update this particular document's parent folder ID. So if I go into components, documents module, and then we should have, we've got a folder one, document filter list. So yeah, we've got the folder null. All we need to do is change that to that particular folder ID. It'll automatically put it in there, and we'll probably go into that folder ID too. So yeah, which I think is just changing the current folder. And same with this, if we drag and drop this into here, and let's say that is null, 0, yeah, doing the same thing. How are you, QLogic? Hopefully you're going well. Alright, I just wish they had this. Draggable equals true. Alright, so down in here on drag end, let's go true. Alright. So if we wait a second, we hit refresh, we go into the documents, this is getting dragged, and we drop into there, it is still not giving us a destination. Not too bad. Caught up on a mini packaging task. Oh, nice. That's good. I'm assuming for pigeon. Oh. And thank you very much for the follow, the Musical Angel and Crumb Bumbles. Welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. So yeah. Fedora. Okay. Or for Edora. I'm going to say yes for Edora. Sounds so much better when it's like for Edora. Yeah, oh, fair enough, for Fedora. Oh, cool. Yeah. I'm going good. Welcome. So yeah, we're trying to implement drag and drop with our documents functionality. So I want to be able to drag this into this drag document into here folder, and then when I'm in that folder itself, I want to be able to drag stuff out of it. So yeah, in the past we've used VueDraggable, but I think this is so simple. I think VueDraggable is a little overkill in this sort of case, and I'm like, let's try and do it with the plain JavaScript, because all we got to do is just edit a couple of values in the data, and everything will be fine. So yeah, I haven't actually done pure JavaScript draggable functionality, so we're just learning it right now. So I can see that they've got the drag function drag start handler. CV, data transfer, set data, text plain text, ev target.id. All right, cool. Define the drag's data. The application is free to include any number of data items in the drag operation. For each data item is a string of a particular type, typically a MIME type such as text and HTML. All right, cool. Each drag event has a data transfer property that holds the event's data. This property, which is data transferred object, has also methods to manage the drag data. The set date data, method is used to add an item to the drag data as shown in the following example. All right, cool. So function drag start. So ev set data. So inner text, outer text. URL I list owner document location href. All right, cool. I wish they had the example for this, so I can play with it. Define the drag. Yep, we've just done that one. Define the drag image. Nice. I'm completely new to coding world, and I dove in and bit off way more than I can chew. So my morning is a bit frustrating. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. We've all been there. Yeah, with coding, the best sort of solution is, instead of looking at a giant wall of a problem, is just to do tiny little problems, and you'll be able to cartwheel over that very soon. In fact, this one went over a little bit, and then like, all right, this guy's doing a backflip. Okay, clearly smiling. He's happy about that backflip. Pretty awesome. Oh, yeah. Sometimes when you just chew off a little too much, you just got to ignore some of it and sort of step back and be like, all right, I need to get this done first. So, yeah. Happens to all of us. All right. For example, right now with the drag and drop. Define the drag and drop image where we're not really setting any image. Like, we're happy with that at the moment. Define the drop effect. The drop effect property is used to control feedback the user is given during the drag and drop operation. Is typically affects which cursor the browser displays while it's dragging. For example, when the user hovers over a drop target, the browser cursor usually indicates the type of operation that will occur. Three effects might be defined copy, indicated that the dragged item will be copied from the present location to the drop location. Note move, that's what we're doing, indicates that the dragged data will be moved from its present location to the drop location. Link indicates that, all right, cool. All right. So we have a couple of things to do. So v on drag start equals drag start. Let's implement that right now. That's a simple event going through, and then what we need to do is, I'm just going to put a console log in here, drag start, like so. So what we want, event dot, now this is where data transfer drop effect equals copy. I just realized I don't have chat on this window, so give me 2 seconds. I am just duplicating my... Alright, Divide and conquer is so hard to remember. I've been thinking about it a lot lately because I love jumping in and just working, and I like to find a thing to work on and just autopilot, but instead I want to try and just take the problem apart first and finish each thing I need instead of jumping in head first. Yeah, fair enough. As you get better, and the more times you do something, there will be problems which you come across and be like, oh, I've solved this before. I just need to do this and set it up like this. And then you learn how to solve that problem even better, and you're like, all right, cool, now I'm going to solve it like this way. Yeah. All right, drop effect. Move. All right, cool. So that should do that. If we go back over to here, let's hit refresh. Let's see how that looks. Actually, I've got to wait for it to compile. There we go. It's just compiled. Sorry for the scatter drop here. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Is I just autopilot a lot, but sometimes it's fun to figure out again and see if I can do it better. Yep, definitely. The latter of that comment is very important. So yeah, NearBeach has gone under quite a number of refactors lately. So a really good example is someone came on stream and they're like, oh, you're still using mixins? And they're like, there's something better, composables. So I had a look at the composables. I was like, oh, sweet, this actually is a lot better. So I ended up actually moving all the mixins into composables and so forth like that. And that's just refactoring and then me finding something better. And I just realized that's meant to be brown, not orange. And hey, I've gone back into code and I've rewritten sections because I was like, you know what, I'm a lot better now. I can actually make this a lot easier to read and a lot more efficient to run. All right, so it should be doing that. All right. Cool. And then drag and all right, sweet. So going back to this, we've got the event handler copy. Define a drop zone. So by default, your browser prevents anything from happening when dropping something into most HTML elements. Change the behavior so that an element becomes a drop zone or droppable. The element must listen to both drag over and drop events. So the following example shows how to use those attributes and include basic event handlers for each attribute. So if we go down here, we've got the ID target, we've got the on drop handler, all right, and on drag over. All right, cool. So we're gonna have to do that. So we need the on drag over and drop events. That drop event. We're just putting in a console.log drop. Like so. Up here we need the drag over. And we're just putting in a simple console.log drag over. And we just got the simple event like that. Yeah, now that I've been at it for so long, I feel like sometimes I'm a bit slow on the new features, since usually I'm just working now instead of looking at what's going on. Okay, fair enough. Yep. Yep. All right. Going back up here. Finding. Okay, go to parent directory. We won't worry about that one yet. Render the folders. So this is the one where we've got to do the v on, drag over, and v on drop equals drop event. All right, cool. And hey, Owen Codes, how are you going? What have you been up to? And good morning to you. It's evening here. The sun is just about just set, I think. So yeah. All right, gonna refresh. Gonna hit the documents. I'm gonna hit this, and oh, all right. So this does something. And then when I drop it, we've got a drag end event. All right. We don't have a specific target. Not a problem. But what I could do is when I drag over and drag, if I drag off, yeah, I need to, I think I'm getting closer. It's only 9 AM for me. The sun has just started to rise enough for it to come through the window. Fair enough. Yeah, the sun is just about setting over there. So, yeah. I'm a good man. Just finished up some SQL stuff and making a blog site later today for some Laravel practice. Oh, nice. Nice. I've got to get back into Laravel. Once again, I just need a new project to do it. All right, cool. So what we've done is we've made it so that this is a drop handler on drop and on drag over. Note that each handle calls prevents defaults. Yep. All right, cool. Handle the drop effect. So div on drop. All right, cool. So this will be on drop. So we handle it here. Drop handler, EB prevent default. That's what we want to do. Okay, drop handler. Actually, we did do something like that. All right, hang on. Let's, I'm just going to refresh. I'm going to go to the documents. I'm going to drag this over and I'm going to drop it on that. Now, it didn't do anything. All right. All right, I'm just going to go. Actually, I'm going to read the documents a little bit more. Yes, good fun. Been adding some cool features to your site, Livewire, and stuff. Got to fix some bugs with tags and stuff. Oh, cool. Well, that's good to hear. All right, so we've got on drop. So if I scroll up, so render the folders, view. All right. V on drop doesn't exist. All right, cool. So drop should work. And then draggable true, and then on drag start. Now I'm just also going down here. So drag end. Just gonna get rid of that. Drag start. Yep, that's perfectly fine. Drag over. I'm just going to comment out that for the moment. So we really just want to see. So the drag start, drop, and thank you very much for the follow, Swazer. Welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. All right, so we should hit that. Go over here, we hit refresh, we go into our documents, we drag this, we should, ooh, we're not seeing it drop there. Okay. At the end of the drag operation, the drag end event fires the source element, the element that was targeted at the start of the drop. This event fires regardless of whether the drag is completed or not. All right, we did read that one before. Now we're not doing. Yeah, this one's just not hitting this at all. Okay. Alright, sorry, a bit of a yawn. And don't forget to drop everyone, exclamation point, drop followed by your favorite emoji. We've got to beat Nightbot. So this will be draggable, this... So drag over is working, but drop is not. Okay. Let's scroll up. Now, I don't know if it's because of this. Don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on V on draggable, drag over, and V on drop. Just to figure out if it is that. That should cover that whole entire A tag, including everything within it. Right. Well, I'm just going to do another refresh. Yeah, all right. We're also not hitting the drag end. You're just getting into programming and trying to see some real work so far. I've been doing only tutorials. Oh, fair enough. My recommendation is, as you're doing a tutorial, just do a small little project or two and stuff like that. They don't have to be serious, just proof of concept. We also recommend Free Code Camp here. In case you want some extra tutorials or anything like that. All right. So, I'm going to go back up. I'm going to remove these two again. I don't know why drag end is not working. All right. So we're going to hit refresh. Yeah, it's like drag end just suddenly stopped working. No, it's because I removed it. All right, let's do drag off or leave equals drag leave. All right, cool. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just testing to see what I get back, what object shapes I've got, and so forth like that. What I can play around with. All right, cool. So done that. What we want is we want documents. We're dragging this. So if we drag in and then leave in, oh, and we've got an ad break in progress. Okay, cool. Ad time. Anyway, let's continue doing this, making sure ad break in progress. Yep, alright. So, what we want is we got yellow, yellow, alright. Cool. Alright. Alright. Okay. Anyway. Alright, so we've done all the middle pieces now, and this can be treated as a 3x3. Oh, hold on. I've mucked this up. Yeah, alright. I've got the middle around the wrong way. Oh well, I can work on that later. Alright, just some advice. Don't do tutorials for programming or coding. There's helpful to understand something, but not to copy directly. Use an app like Trello to write your ideas down and use GPT as technical advisor. Yeah, I would do projects, do little tiny projects, nothing big, something you can do in a couple of hours. Whether or not that is writing JavaScript to sort of make the font change on a page or something like that, and then start working with that and doing little tiny projects and so forth like that. So yeah. All right, so we've got the drag leave happening constantly with this. So if we refresh, go to documents and just do this. Yeah, that was weird. All right. So drag event. Yep. So all the targets and stuff like that end up to being like that. All right, cool. So I don't know why our on drop isn't working. Drag end, yep, we've done that one. Interfaces, HTML drag and drop interface, drag event, data transfer item, and data transfer item list. The drag event interface has a construction and that data transfer property, which data transfer object. All right, cool. Examples, yeah, let's. Dragging and dropping files, Firefox only. All right. Okay, so drag files from here. All right, hang on. Div ID output style on drag enter. Oh, piss. On drag enter get document IP text equals event stop propagation event prevent default. All right, cool. On drag over. All right, cool. On drop. Yeah, we're not doing the drop. This is a bit concerning. As someone who bought courses on Udemy for years and never got to do them, it's not worth it. Maybe if you like a paid site, learning more complicated stuff, it helps to have another person explain it as they're talking directly to you, like the guys from Laracast. Doing tutorials on implementing your own code crafters, but it's really hard without looking at the examples. Yeah, sometimes looking at examples in code just helps. Trust me. Sometimes if I read the code, I'm like, ah, cool, I get it. Actually, we want VueJS on drop. Functionality. So drag start, drag end, drag enter, drag leave, drag over, drop. A dragged item is dropped on the droppable element. All right, cool. That's what we kind of want. So we've got drop event. We've got all this happening. So if we scroll up to the folders, and just for the folders, so on V on dropped. All right, so here's an example. Sweet. So we got that. You also computed. Yep. All right. Sweet. Creating our template code. All right. Cool. Yep. That's just all styling. Draggable. All right. Yep. Div. Yep. Class drop zone at drop. Oh, all right. And these might be. Let's leave that in. So we've got at drop, and then dollars event 1, and then 1. All right. I'm just going to do the same thing. And then we're going to scroll. Nightbot got rigged. Yeah, Nightbot's always rigged. It's because it does it every 5 minutes and stuff like that on the dot. So it always gets the same scores. And it just happens that, yeah, some of those scores it will beat anyone else. Alright. So, going up here, drag event number. Number. Alright, cool. I'm gonna put that in like that. Drag over prevent, drag enter prevent. Okay. Let's also do that. So they've got drag over. And then, all right. So they've got drag over, prevent, and drag enter prevent. All right, cool. And where are their methods? They don't really have any methods. So on drop. Alright, event and then that. Alright, cool. Start drag, event, and then item. Alright, cool. So at the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just going to hit refresh. We're going to go to the documents. We're going to drag this. And we're going to drop. Oh, we got the drop. So we got the target. We got the target. Got the target, and we got the target. All right, cool. And we got drag end too. But we don't have this thing. And having a look at this data transfer stuff. Yeah, all right. Oh, I just dropped my pen. Okay. So, we've got that running. So start drag. Event data transfer drop effect move. Yep. Event data transfer effect allow move. Event data transfer set data item ID, and that's the item ID. So cool. So it's setting the item ID in the data transfer, and then when it drops it, we've got the on the drop we've got the item ID is the event data transfer get data item ID, which is what we want. So yeah. And just to make sure, hang on. Yeah, so it can only go that way. Sweet. So on drop, we just get the ID from the event transfer. And yeah, all right, sweet. And then from that information, we'll be able to edit what we need. All right, I like this. Okay, cool. So on the drop, drag over, prevent, drag into, all right, cool. Drag start, drag end. We're not going to do anything with drag end. That's perfectly fine. Draggable, true. Yep. So drag start, we want to do something. So find usage, go to implementation. What we need to do is we need to go event dot. We essentially just want to copy this. And I'm just going to paste it in. I'm going to go event, and then I am going to put in document ID. Like here. And then what we need is event, data transfer, set data, document ID, and it's just going to be document ID. Simple as that. We can split this over 2 lines. Cool. So, gonna scroll up. What we've got is render the files. Drag start, and then what we need here is $event followed by this. That should be it. Okay, that should give us that ID that we want. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to refresh. I'm going to go to the documents. I'm going to drag this and I'm going to place this under here. So under the drop, we should see data transfer, get data item ID. So under here, data transfer, we should see drop effect, move, effect, files, items, data transfer item, document ID, all right, so we do have something in there. All right, sweet. So let's go over here. Let's get that out for an example. Let's scroll down to drop. And let's place that in there. Now they've just got that, we get it straight away. So prevent default. What we want is we want the document, can't spell, document ID. Easy done. And then we just need the event. And now this is actually going to be folder ID. Alright, so we should scroll all the way up. Render the folders, folders.pk, because we haven't changed that yet. And then what we want to do is we want to bang that into there, and that should work perfectly fine. So drag start is fine, drag over, drag leave, and drag end we're removing. All right, so the document ID is something like that. So if document ID equals undefined return. We do nothing. We don't need to do anything. This would be if it is undefined, do nothing. So we should get prevent default, constant ID equals that. And then at the moment, update document folder ID. But in this sort of case, what we kind of want to do is we're just going to go document ID and then folder ID. Like so. Then we just wait a couple of seconds and we're going to hit refresh. All right, cool. And then we drag this into here and it's saying, ooh, empty string. It's because I did do that. Now we're just going to wait a couple of seconds. All right, there's our document ID, perfect, and there's our new folder location. So we just got to set something to update this. I am terribly sorry. I need to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. So I don't have the thing. I'll be 30 seconds. I won't be long. All right. Excuse me. I'm just shutting the curtain. All right. Oh, wiggle that mouse. All right. So yes, we just got to update this. Now, where are we storing this information? Let's have a look at Vue. Let's go into the components. Let's be like, all right, cool. There's documents. We've got the document list in here. I think that's where we've got to do it. So, yeah, if I click on documents here, and this is going to be 0. Okay. So the one thing is we can do this on the front end and it'll work perfectly fine, and I'll show you how, but we need to actually send that information to the back end and be like, all right, cool, we need to update the document. That's not going to be hard. Famous last words. So first things first, we've got all of this down pat. We're just going to be like, all right, we need Axios. We need to do it on the VueJS first. So let's go into the documents view. Let's have a look here. So in here, we've got a bunch of all this sort of stuff, mutations. So this will be part of an action. So this will be called update document folder. And Yeah, this will need the state, the commit. And thank you very much for the follow, Soul321. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. So, what we're going to do is we've got to find that particular record and edit just that one particular field. And yeah, good morning. Well, it's evening for me, so yes, the sun just set. So yeah, good morning. All right, so we've got remove folder, we've got remove document. I feel like we've update the card. I think we've got as a mutation. Update Kanban card. So we've got can card, find index, row, Kanban card, payload, card ID. So yeah, all right, cool. We're gonna probably follow the same sort of thing. Object keys, all of that. Here it's 10:35 a.m. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm assuming England. That is an assumption. Okay, so loop through each of the keys and update the payload folder, but we're updating only one particular field. So in this index, object keys for each. State Kanban card results indexed to equals. Okay, cool. So we can access the state directly and do that. Okay. So I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to open up this. I'm going to be like, all right, cool. So we're going to update the document folder. So what we need to do is const index location equals state dot. Now this will be document list dot find index, where we've got a row, and then return row dot, and this is where we look at this data and be like, all right, cool. It's not going to be this. It's going to be document key ID. ID equals, and then it's going to be the payload dot document key ID. So it's going to be the same as that. All right. And then update the folder ID directly. And then all we need to do is state dot document list, and then we've got the index location. So actually I should point down here. It should be fine. We're doing this. Oh, hold on a second. I probably need to put in an escape condition. What I'm saying is if the index location comes back as undefined. So if index location equals undefined, return. Okay. That's just checking. All right, so this comes in, then we go dot, and then we go folder ID equals payload dot folder ID. And that's it. And it should be triples equals. That should be just a single equal. All right, that's my bad. All right, moving that out of the way, I'm going to do this. I'm probably going to standard minute again. So down here, what we want to do is we want to go this $store dot dispatch update document folder. And then what we need to have is folder ID is folder ID. In reality, I could just do folder ID like that. I think it's going to be the better solution. And then going up here and just going folder ID. I think it's going to be the better solution. And up here, it'll just be folder. So if I go into here and just go folder, that should work. So if I hit refresh, I'm just going to go, all right, cool. Documents, move this into here. And we're going to have a look at the console and be like, all right, cool. State.documentlist.index location is undefined. All right. Let's see what happens. State.documentList. All right. Waiting a couple of seconds. It's going to take a lot longer with the Vuex sort of stuff, so I'm just waiting a little bit longer. So we scroll up. We got the target. We got the handler. All right, cool. Might be one of those things that we actually grab state out, modify it, and then send it back up. Okay, no problem. Let's oops. Let's see what happens here. And I'm going to raise the desk whilst it's compiling. Oop, and it went back down. And hit refresh. Okay. I'm going to go document. I'm going to drag and drop this. We're going to scroll up to the top. So actually, I'm just gonna comment this one out. Is it not giving us index location? And have I mucked that up? Possibly. All right, no problem. Let's hit refresh. Is this not recompiling? Is that the problem? Because I got rid of the that call, so it shouldn't be calling that. Index location is -1. Ah, all right. Okay. Well, tell you what. Let's put on a console log. Document key ID and payload dot document key ID. Let's also make sure I've done that correctly down here, and I've just put document. I haven't even put document key ID down here. Hang on. Yeah, this is my bad. I forgot a couple of things in here. Not a problem. And we've just hit an ad break. All right, cool. Ad time. All right, did I do all the middles? I have. All right. Oh wait, we need to swap these around. All right, cool. Give me 2 secs. Yep, that's better. Okay, cool. The joys of Cuban sometimes. All right, got that done. We're gonna go. Right. And welcome back, everyone. We're just almost done the cube. Give me 2 seconds, and there we go. We've solved it. There, done. Easy. All right, going back to the workstation. Let's jump back into it. So, if it is undefined, or actually, no, we don't need to worry about the -1 there. So, if this comes out, if undefined returned, or index location is less than 0. All right, cool. And then that should work. So if I hit refresh, I go into our documents, I drag and drop this. We've now got, all right, cool. So we have that. We can then update this. So then we can just do this. And then we've got folder ID in there. We've got the document ID in there. All right, cool. I'm happy. Gotta wait a couple of seconds though. Gonna hit refresh. All right, sweet. So with the documents, what we want, drag and drop this. We might have had to wait a few more seconds. Done. Awesome. All right, cool. Now, the thing is, when we go into here, it'll appear in here, and we're like, all right, cool, but that doesn't work at the moment. So we're gonna get that done. So, what we want to do is we gotta do it at the front end. So this is, I think it'll just work. So document folder tree, go to parent directory. So current folder doesn't equal 0. All right. So click. All right, sweet. So all we need to do is do the @drag over .prevent @drag drag enter .prevent, and then @drop equals drop $event, and then we want this .current folder. All right, sweet. And then all we need to do down here with the drop event, so prevent default, yep, all right, cool. And then get the document key ID. And then if folder ID equals 0, make it null. So, will it still work with 0? No, it won't if we send it into the backend. So if folder ID equals 0, so we're going to pass int 0. What we want to do is folder ID equals null. That's all we're doing. The reason being is because the parent folder is technically null. So if we actually refresh this page and go into our view, go into our documents, let's open up one of these documents. You'll see that's folder 6, but this particular one, it will be folder null. So if we go into our documents, we can do that, and then we can... Oh, that's not working yet. Oh, I put current folder. Whoops. Well, that's that was a big... Yeah, it's not meant to be current folder. It's meant to be parent directory, and I don't know how I can get to that from here. So I'm just going to go to this one implementation. So go to parent directory. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna check our view. We should have go to parent directory. And project. All right. So store dispatch, go to parent directory. Hang on. Go to parent directory, so... Alright, I need to filter data fields, parent folder. Okay. So this is a little bit more work. Not a problem. We can get this done. We just need to figure out how. Okay. All right. So I'm just thinking how I can do this efficiently. Because what we're doing is we've got this. If I can send through current folder doesn't equal 0. So we've got the parent folder. So what I want to do is I want to get, what data do I have in here? So I've got the props, that's all perfectly fine. Folded filtered list, document filter, hang on, let's have a proper look. Let's go into here, let's go documents mold, folded filtered list. So that doesn't change at all, or does it? And this isn't refreshed. I've just got to double check that it is filtered. All right, cool. What I could potentially do is I can have a field called parent folder and be able to access that a lot easier. So if we have the documents, we've got current folder, we could have current parent folder and have that default as 0. And then whenever we change our folders and stuff like that, it'll just update. I like that idea. It will certainly make everything a little bit easier. So what I want to do, straight in here, let's update this. So we've got current folder, we're going to have current parent folder, and that's just going to be a 0. That's fine. And then update current folder, let current folder equals current folder, current folder equals 0. All right. State current folder equals current folder. Now that comes through as a number, doesn't it? Yes, it does. And then we need to update the parent folder too, which will be essentially kind of like that down there. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to rewrite this. We're going to use what we did before. So what we have, const indexed, very much similar to down here. This particular one, we need to get rid of the console logs. We need to copy these 4. We're gonna just paste that in. So index location equals, and then that will be folder list dot find index row, where the row dot pk equals the pk pass int for this. Okay. And then if the index location is undefined or index location is less than null, what we want to do is current folder equals 0. Ooh, all right. Okay, so let current folder equals 0 by default. So if index location is not undefined and index location is greater or equal to 0, then what we're doing is we're going to get current folder equals state dot folder list, and then we're going to go index location into there, dot pk. Now we also have let parent folder equals 0, and then what we need to do here is we need to go parent folder equals state dot folder list index location dot fields dot parent folder. And then if we go into here and we open up the folder, we open up the fields, we've got the folder list, parent folder, null, that is yeah, we need a ternary here. All right, cool. That's fine. Parent folder equals, and then if we have the parent folder equals null, then we have parent folder, then we have 0, otherwise we just have parent folder. All right, cool. Now that could be all on one line. Oh, yeah, that could be on one line, but we're doing it like this. It's because otherwise the line gets really, really long and hard to read. So why is that one blanked out? And then we've got state folder, so state dot current parent folder equals parent folder. And that should be the new way of doing it. Then go to parent directory. We don't need to worry about a lot of this now. So what we need to do, so we can get rid of that. We can change that, and we can just go state dot current parent folder. That's it. That's all we need to do. In fact, update current folder. We can probably skip this and go directly to update parent folder, but at the moment that's fine. So if I haven't broken this, we should be able to get into this, and we should be able to get into that. Perfectly fine. If we go into the view, we click on documents, we've got current parent folder, and we click on this, and then I hit refresh. We don't have current parent folder updating. Okay. Maybe it didn't work. So current parent folder equals parent folder. Okay, let's do a console log parent folder here. Okay, done. Just waiting a little while, gonna hit refresh. And now that one updated, but the bottom one didn't. Oh. Hang on, I am going to just rebuild this. Okay, cool. So I've got rebuilt. And what I want to do is I also want to put a console log here and update current folder. We're just putting that there to make sure I'm hitting this mutation. Okay, now we've got to wait probably 6 or 7 seconds. Oh, excuse me. Oh, there we go. 7 seconds. I'm not dragging anything. I'm just clicking on this. Parent folder null. All right. So we've got current folder, parent folder null. Just putting that into here. Actually, I'm getting rid of this one. Alright, cool. Waiting a few seconds. We've got to wait 7 seconds for this. This is, yeah, I know. Oops. And then we refresh. Documents. We'll just click into this. No, we wanted console. So parent folder. Fields, and then yeah, we just want parent folder is null. Wait a minute. It might be working as we wanted it, and I'm just having a bit of a brain fart moment. All right. And then if we go up again, current folder, all right. If I click in this and then I go new folder, so go second level folder, add folder, and I click in the second level folder. There we go, current parent folder is 6, and then I click on that. All right, cool. So what we can do now is this was working all along and I've just thought it wasn't working. So these things happen. So we can get rid of this. What we could do is we can get current parent folder. All right, and then we just go state and return state.current parent folder. That's it. That's all we need to do. And now we're starting to remove code that we don't need. Just a dumb question. Why are you standing up? I like my standing desk. Not a dumb question. I fidget a lot and I walk around a lot, and I think my standing desk has been great because I get to move around and so forth like that. I can even dance. So yeah. So I've got a standing sitting desk. So yeah. All right. So down here, what we've got is we've got current folder. What we want is current parent folder, and that's get current parent folder, like so. So now what we can do is up here, when we got the event, we can just go current parent folder, done. And that's, yeah. And also when someone clicks on this and go to parent directory, instead of doing this, what we could potentially do is this $store.commit, and then we go update folder, current folder. And if we go into update current folder, update current folder, we've just got the payload there, so current folder. We can do that. And if I search for this everywhere, so we've got it on there, that's fine. We've got it there, yep, that's fine, and then we've got it there. All right, cool. So I can get rid of that. Then we wait a little while, and then we hit refresh. And then if I go to the documents, I can click on this, 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 I can click. So that was working as intended. And if I refresh this again, so we could potentially delete code, which is great. We've simplified it to the point that, hey, we no longer need certain code in here, which is I'm happy with. So if we go down into our go to parent directory, and we're just going to search for this once again. We're going to own a V. All right, cool. This one's no longer needed. It's fine. All right, so now dragging. So we should be able to drag this one into the second level and be like, whoops, and then drag it back to the parent level. There it is. And if we drag it here, boom. Now dragging folders. Ooh. We've got to implement this for the dragging folders too. So we've done it for the files. Now we've got to do it with the folders. And we've got to also update the backend to shoot. All right. Okay, not a problem. I'm just having a quick think. Because updating the backend won't be too hard to actually do. We just send it, be like, all right, cool. Here's the current folder. Here's the new parent folder ID, and then we just get it done in the backend. No problem. Okay, cool. So what I want to do first, though, should I do that and then no? Let's do the folders also. So let's go into documents. So every single time I refresh my page, it goes back to default. So let's add in a folder, drag this folder. All right, so we want to be able to drag this into here. And at the moment we can't, it does nothing. So if you actually do it, nothing. So what we're going to do is going back to the documents module, we're going to scroll all the way up to the top. And we've got the parent directory, that's not going to be moving. We've got the folder, so very much similar to the drag start, except if we actually go to the drag start, we've got the document ID that's passing through. We want something with a folder ID instead. We actually want it separate. So when it does get dropped, it actually figures out, hey, is this a folder being dropped or a file being dropped? So, yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rename this drag document start. And then we've got drag folder start, an event, and then folder ID. And I should be consistent with how I'm naming things. All right, event.data transfer.setData. So the format, now I am, just to be consistent, so the format would be object type, object type, and this will be a document, all right? And with this particular one, we're gonna have, oh, I've just realized, oh no, the events, no, this one doesn't line up correctly. So I'm just getting that all lined up. All right, so down here, what we've got is event.data transfer.setData, and we've got folder ID, and that's going to be folder ID. Cool, and we're happy with that one. And then we've got event.data transfer.setData, and we're going to have the object type be a folder. Okay, and I'm just gonna do that. So what's gonna happen is when we drag our folder and we drop it into a folder, it's gonna look up that object type first and be like, all right, cool. Are we doing a document or are we doing a folder? And dependent on the results, depends what it does. So, ad break in progress. That was kind of good timing. All right, going back with this. just looking at the time, it's 9:15. I'm hoping we can get this out tonight. I thought it would be taking a lot longer, but plausible that we could get this out. So we've got the browns. So what I want to do is, if that's the yellow, all right, cool. I'm gonna move that like that. I've got some white down here. Oops, no, that's meant to be like this. Okay, cool. And then do this. All right, cool. So green. All right, and okay. And how are we doing with ads? 20 seconds left. All right, cool. No one on YouTube. Yep, that's fine. Pretty stock standard. All right. We've got the green, yellow, orange. We want to do that. We want to do that, and we want to do that, and then we want to do that. All right, cool. And then we've got this, and then we've got this. All right. Okay. Oh, and we're back. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Cool. So we've got the drag document and drag folder start. We're going to actually incorporate that up here right now. So if we scroll all the way up, we've got for the parent directory, we're not going to bother with this particular one. What we're going to do is we're going to have the @drag start equals drag folder start, and then we have a simple $event, and then we've got the folder ID, right? Folder.pk, which will be the ID of the folder. So that should work. And then down here, we'll do that. And then we'll have drag document start. Oh, and we need draggable true. Like so. Okay, cool. So the drop event will be the same, but we just got to modify it. So prevent default, depending on okay, I've got to phrase this. So depending, look up the object type and apply the correct movement. All right, sweet. So what we want to do is const object type equals event.data transfer .get data, and we're looking at object type. Cool. So if object type equals folder, we want it to handle the folder stuff, and then we just return. And then it should be the same with this particular stuff at the moment. So yep, we've got the good old if folder ID equals 0, make it null. All right, cool. Yep. Document key. Yep. All right, cool. So I really should move these out into their own handlers. Yep, A, B, C, D, E, G, H. All right, cool. Handle, document, move. We'll need the event, and we'll need the document key ID. All right, cool. Add code, and then handle folder move, event, folder ID. Okay, like that. Hell, I don't think we might need that. So yeah, we'll fix this up. So drop event folder ID. Yeah. Handle document move, and then we've just got event and then folder ID passing through. Okay, cool. And then we've just got a simple else. Actually, no. I purposely do it like this sometimes. So, else if object type equals document, and then this dot handle document move event document key ID, folder ID. Yeah, because we're passing through both of those, and then what I need to do is I just cut this, scroll down to the handle, paste this in. That's going to be folder ID. And then pretty much that's not going to be touched because that's working perfectly fine. We don't need to do anything for that. It's the handle folder move that we need to actually handle. So I'll scroll back up here, and the reason why I do an else if is I want to double check that that's a document and that nothing else has happened and so forth with that. So now that should be handle folder move. So one's a folder, one's a document. So if we actually go down here and let's implement this right now, what we've got is we want to get the folder ID of the current folder of the moving folder. So we got const moving folder equals event.data transfer.get data folder ID. I'm okay with this being from folder ID into moving folder. That's perfectly fine if I do that like that. It just gives people the ability to be like, all right, cool, that's the moving folder ID. We could potentially follow that all the way through. It does clash with that name up there. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna scroll up to the drag document start. So the document ID, yep. This is going to be called moving folder ID. Moving folder ID and moving folder ID. So that makes sense. Let's say, okay, cool, the moving folder ID. That, yeah, a lot better. With this particular one, we're going to change this moving document ID. Moving document ID. I don't know if that will work or if we have to have moving document ID. That's fine. Let's deal with that. So with the drop event, it's object type. All right, cool. So the object type will work perfectly fine. Depending what it is, it does the proper handler. So let's handle this one first. So down here, we've got so that will be moving document ID. Now, by technicality, that all falls into this. Ooh, all right. I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to move this line up into here, and the reason being is it just gets rid of so much sort of stuff. I mean, we don't need to do anything else if it's an undefined thing. Down here, get the moving folder ID, and then once again, if moving folder ID equals undefined, we just return, and that's fine. So if folder ID equals 0, make it null. So what we need to do is if class int folder ID equals 0, folder ID equals null, and then update the store. So yeah, so this $store.dispatch update folder, folders parent folder. Getting confusing. And then what we want to do is we'll have the moving folder ID is going to be the moving folder ID, and then the parent folder is going to be the folder ID. However, I should put that as parent folder. That makes a lot more sense, having it like that. Yeah. So I do like to change these around so it makes sense. I'm trying to get better at naming things. So yeah. Okay, so all right, so and that should be just pass int like that. So we do need to change something up here, and this will be the parent folder ID. Like so. So we've got the moving folder ID, the parent folder ID. I think we should have moving document ID. Document key ID. Let's have a look. Let's jump up into here. Let's see what we can do. So remove document, update document folder. Up here, index location, state file, document key ID. That makes sense because they line up here. Otherwise, index. All right, cool. That returns, and then to the payload, that will be parent folder ID. Cool. So I'm happy with that. We'll keep it like that. And then what we want to do is we want to create one that's of this name. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to paste that in. I'm just going to go. We need the state. We need the commit. Is that too many M's? Commit. No, it wasn't. And then we need the payload. We also need to do a little thing there. And then what we need to do, const index location equals state dot folder list dot find index, where the row is such that the return row dot folder. Ooh, I think it's just PK. If we actually go into here. And we've got folder list. Yeah, it's just PK. So update parent folder list equals payload dot. This is where renaming all of this makes a lot more sense. So we've got the moving folder ID. So we're trying to find that particular one. If index location equals undefined, or index location is less than 0, we just return. We don't need to do anything. That's perfectly fine. Otherwise, update the folder ID directly to state.folderList index location dot This is where I look at this and I'm like, all right, cool, we need the fields. Dot parent folder. Equals payload dot parent folder ID. That's why we rename these things sometimes, so it makes so much more sense getting up to here. All right, so that should in theory work. All right, let's test it out. You know, considering I've just edited the Vuex, we've got to wait. I think this is done now. No, it's done now. Let's hit refresh. Let's go to the documents. Let's move this into here. That still works. That still works. That didn't. Okay, not a problem. Now, what we want to do is we want to go into here. I want to do a console log. And what we want to do is index location. All right. Sadly, got to wait 6 seconds. -1. All right. So, what we're going to do, we're going to find out why it's a -1. So up here, in here, we're going to be like, all right, cool, moving folder ID and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know if we've set that correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here with the drop folder start, moving folder ID, moving folder ID. All right, cool. I'm just going to go console log, moving folder ID. All right, and we're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to wait a little while. Actually, it doesn't have that. It's a lot quicker on the Vue things. So it's 8, and that comes out as -1. All right, cool. So what we want to do up here, we want to go console.log, and we want to go moving folder ID, payload.moving folder ID, and now we wait. Sorry, quite a number of seconds for this particular one. Oh, we're going to practice some Japanese again today. All right, going back into here, I'm going to hit refresh. We're going to hit the documents. We're going to drag this document over here, and we're going to click it in. So we've got the moving folder ID is 8. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go into the view. I'm going to go into the documents. I'm going to click on this. We should be seeing something like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go console log pk row. Oh, actually, might be something as simple as that. And we need to actually do something like that. There are some cases where I send stuff upstream and it gets turned from an int into a string, or, you know, something like that. So, yeah, it happens. That's why we've got pass int everywhere. All right, there we go. So we're gonna hit refresh. Sweet. I'm gonna hit documents. We're gonna drag across this, and we're gonna hit that. I'm realizing that that was it. That was the reason why. All right. So if we click in here, we've got drag this folder, drag it up. Perfect. Drag this folder. That should go into there. Let's go drag this folder into here. Oh, there's shoulder face. Second level, drag this folder. All right, sweet. That's pretty much it. Let's get rid of the console logs. Alright, I'm going to rid of the console logs. That is awesome. So, I'm happy with that. We now need to tell the backend, hey, you've got to update this. So, let's go into the URLs. Let's find if we've got something similar. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to think. We've got NearBeach, we've got URLs. All right, so we've got document destination and folder. I mean, we should also, yeah, we should follow this sort of thing. So we've got documentation, add folder, add link, list files, list folders. We've got remove folder, upload. So down here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go path. I'm going to go, and just going to copy these 3 lines. Documentation. So what we want to do is we want to update folder, and it's going to be update folder, update folder. All right, and we want to do one that's update document. Okay, and the idea is these will handle the folder movements and stuff like that. But there's also one thing which we could potentially do in the near future is if we think about this now, we could potentially have it so that these also update. So yeah. Update the names and stuff like that. Sorry. And hey, Ziki Live, how are you going? Hopefully you're going well. All right, so I just got to draw this out. Because the idea is if we're parent folder is what's going to change. But in the future, we might want to change the name too. So I should put parent folder. Good, making a 3D engine in Java from scratch. Oh, fair enough. How are you going with it? First time making 3D graphics from scratch. Oh, fair enough. I don't know. Are you using Vulkan or OpenGL or DirectX? So curse. You mean the music or the fact that you're using all of that? So yeah. So name of file / folder. And yeah, so I can. Oh, your game? Oh, fair enough. Have you ever built an engine before, like a 2D engine? Okay. So, how did I want to solve this? So we've got 2 endpoints, which I can hit. 2D, yes, but I use Python. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. How are you enjoying Java? It has come quite a fair distance since I've used it in the past. Okay. Good. Oh, that's good to hear. Alright. So, Sorry, I'm just having a good think about how I'm going to tackle this problem. So we'll have a destination, we'll have a location. What we'll need to send data-wise to this particular thing is the parent folder and the file and folder using Vulkan. Ah, nice. Well, fair enough. I have never used Vulkan. I haven't used OpenGL either. Yeah. So what are you hoping your 3D engine will be like? Okay. So I think we're going to need a form to handle these. But let's set them up. Let's set up an empty sort of template in the back end. So what we want is we want document views. We're gonna scroll all the way down. We want to do this after the remove folder. So what I'm going to do, cool, document remove folder. What we want is we're going to grab those 4. What's this one? Using generic for document upload. This is update. All right, cool. So this is not remove folder. This is update. Let's say update document. And then what we want to do is return HTTP response. We're just returning an empty response at the moment. So what we want is to then copy 5 of those, paste that in, do a couple of things, and this will be update folder. Okay, that should stop all the errors at the moment. Sweet. Let's get the front end to send the stuff to the back end first, and then we can come back and make sure everything works. Chaos just doing this for fun. Oh, fair enough. No, that's a really good excuse of why to actually build your own engine. It's just for fun. Also, you'll learn quite a lot from it and so forth like that, and get a deeper understanding of how game engines work. So yeah, go ahead. Nothing to release, just testing around. Yeah, perfect. You did Java in college and never looked back. Oh, fair enough. I'm self-learning. That's fine. Self-learning is awesome. All right. There are a lot of tools out there nowadays that you can self-learn to become a programmer very easily. Say mostly backend PHP this year. I did 1 year of college, 1 year of online boost camp, and yeah. So I got taught C and MATLAB when I was in university. I don't have a programming degree, and I upskilled myself. So yeah, I learned Python, then I learned this, and then I learned that. My latest language that I learned is .NET, so the C#. That's why I wear glasses. Yeah. Next language I learn, it'd probably be self-learned too, self-taught. Okay, so going back here, Dragonfold start, so handle, document move. So that should be fine. Oh, I'm just trying to think, should I have it handle everything? No, at the moment, let's just do the update sort of stuff, and we'll come back and be like, all right, cool. Yeah, all right. Sorry, I'm just also thinking at the same time. I learned Luna, then Python, then C++, C#, and I'm learning Java right now. Oh, fair enough. Alright, sorry, ad break. I don't know if you're trapped in ads or not. So, yeah. After I make a few tall stack projects, gonna be Inertia.js with Laravel next. Yeah. So, yeah, I like to use different sort of languages and stuff like that. Yeah, each language has its pros and cons. So, yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Each language is a different thought pattern of how to solve a problem. Oops, I should have done that, and then I need to do this to sort of get that done like that, and then we've got all of this, and let's see if I can solve this before the ad break is over, which is in 30 seconds. No, I won't get there. Hang on, and then okay. And I'm just gonna miss out. All right. No problem. Welcome back, everyone. We almost did the Rubik's Cube. Almost had it done in the ad break. Alright, cool. There we go. Lovely, lovely, all done. Alright, workstation. So, yes, great ad. yeah. We run ads every 30 minutes and stuff like that, so that way there's no pre-rolls when people join the stream. So, yeah. Whilst I'm doing ads, I have that ad screen up, so you miss nothing. So, you learned Lua, after making a few, I cannot do a Rubik's Cube to save my life. Oh, it can be learned. It's a skill that can be learned. Very much like programming. So, I've had good thought. At the moment, we're just going to deal with the folder updates first. So what we want to do is we want to jump into here. We've got update parent folder, and then what we want to do is we want to go and realize that this is the view. We want it down here. So update that, use Axios, and then update backend. So what we want is const data to send equals new form data. And then data to send dot set, and what we're going to call the name is going to be called, so we're dealing with the handle document move. So we're going to have document key ID, and that's going to be the document key ID. And then data to send dot set, and this will be the parent folder ID, and that'll be the parent folder ID. All right, sweet. And then it'll be this dot Axios dot post, and we're going to yank the URL from here. So this will be update document. So I'm just going to copy this, go into the correct spot. I'm going to paste it in. And what we're going to do straight off the bat is root URL. So this dot root URL. So documentation. Then we need the destination, which will be this dot destination. And then we need the location ID. So these are used as a security sort of measure to make sure that you've got permissions. So it's just a little double check type of situation. And then we need to send data to send. All right, cool. And then we've got we don't need to do anything with the data. We need a catch. So this is going to be an error where this dot store $store dot dispatch We're dispatching a new toast. And the new toast will have a header, error moving document. Message, sorry, there was an error moving your document. Error. We want delay to be 0, so it'll always stay up. Extra classes is going to be background danger. All right, cool. And that's pretty much how we handle that. So we're just sending it off. Because we've modified the data at the front end, we don't need to worry about getting any data from the back end. And that, and also if there's an error popping up here, we should say please refresh. There we go. Please refresh page, and so forth like that. So that's the handle document move. As for the handle the folder move, it should be, let's do update backend. So const data to send equals new form data, and then data to send, and then we're going to set, and we're going to have the parent moving folder ID. It's going to be the moving folder ID. So we're going to keep the naming convention the same from the front end to the back end. Is it done? And then, yeah, we're just literally going to copy all of this. Easy. Not a problem, except we need to change this to update folder. All right, so error moving folder. Please refresh the page. So that should work at the moment without us getting any issues and so forth like that. So we're going to test that out. So I'm just going to hit refresh. I'm also going to do console.log, and I'm going to remove the file mask. Alright, someone's putting in random sort of stuff that's shouldn't be in my code. Thank you very much. Alright, cool. No problem. Let's go back into this. Let's go over here. Let's hit refresh. So if we drag this document into here, that works perfectly fine, and that works perfectly fine. And we should actually see those sent off. So there's the request and so forth like that. If we click into here and we do the parent, drag it up to the parent, it should be null. So we're going to have to make a case to check for that in the back end. Ooh. I don't like that. So I'm just wondering how null will be handled in the backend, but that's fine. We'll actually handle the backend right now. So I'm going to close the URLs. That works all perfectly fine with the documentation up here. So we've got this at the moment. We're going to open up the forms because we want to have the Django handle all the stuff correctly and so forth like that. So in here, what we're going to call it is, it's going to be called document remove form, document update. I think document update. Class document update form. And then it'll be forms.form. and then it'll be a document key. So when we actually send the document update, so this particular one, so update folder, oops, not that one. Update document, we've got the document key ID and the parent folder ID. So we've got the document key ID equals forms. Oh, we might get rid of the ID. Okay, good reason why. Less confusion on the back end, because it's going to change that ID into an object. So it's fine if we get rid of these particular IDs here and just send document folder. So now that we've done that, so document key equals model choice field, and then we've got the query set equals the document.objects.all. Cool. Required equals true. Sweet. Then with the next one, what we need is, if we have a look back here, we've got the parent folder. Equals forms dot parent. This will be folder. Ooh. Hang on. Model choice field. I'm doing that wrong. Query set equals folder dot objects dot all. Required is going to be false. If we don't have anything there, that is perfectly fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to put none instead. Great time to debug what I just added. 147 errors and no launch. Ooh, damn. And you know it's going to be the hurdles too. So I like to call it when you're debugging something and you can't see the end of it. Hang on. Let me. So let's say here you are. You're getting ready for a race. I'm terrible at drawing, and each one of these is a bug or a compile issue. So yeah, I call that hurdling. All right, so we've just done this. So document update form. If we go back into here, what we want to do is we're going to go form equals document upload, document update form, and then we go request.post. So we're pushing all the response into here. Now I do need to actually import this. We're just getting the system to do that. But first, if not form.isValid, we're going to send back a HTTP bad request form.errors, like so. One fix, 10 steps back. Yeah, it's always going to be like that sometimes. I'm assuming you're using Git. Okay, so it's past the form. So what we can do now is we've got the document ID. So we're going to go document update equals form.cleanData, and then we want the document key, all right? And then document update dot folder. Oh, that's where I need to. Don't like GitHub. There is GitLab as an alternative. There is also, if you don't like Git itself, there is Mercurial. I would definitely always recommend using source control and stuff like that, because you can make a mistake somewhere, and having source control allows you to review all your changes so you can fix up whatever you've done. So yeah, if you don't like Git, there's always Mercurial. And if you don't like GitHub, there's GitLab, which GitLab Mercurial Yeah, that's fine. You can also stash your work. So yeah, there's times where I have completely and utterly did Git hard reset. It happens. All right, so that should be grabbing something from that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at the models, because we want document key. All right. Document key under document. All right. Don't I have? All right. Not a problem. This is part of document permission. Okay, so not a problem. What we want to do is we're just going to do this, and we're going to do document permission update equals document permission dot objects dot get, where your we actually want filter do this much errors with over 10k lines in one file. Yeah, too much to debug. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to stash your code and then go through minor changes. So do a little tiny change and then see if you've got those errors and stuff like that. And thank you very much, Ziggy Sheenini, for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. And don't forget to drop, everyone, exclamation point drop, followed by your favorite emoji. I'm doing Grumpy Max. I've got to beat Nightbot. And yeah, thank you very much for the follow, Ziggy Live. So yeah, greatly appreciated. All right, so we've got the document permissions update. So what we want to do is we want document key equals, and then we go form.clean data, and then we go document key in here, like so. We also want to make sure that this is on the correct destination and stuff like that. So what we want to do is, so if we have a look at the models itself, you'll notice it's a project, task, organization, customer, and so forth like that. What we need to do is this thing. I think it's this thing. Give me a couple of seconds. I got it wrong. Alright, and I'm just double checking that, and that is incorrect again. It is a colon between those two. So that makes sure that we're only looking at this particular permissions that deals with this particular destination and location ID, and the document key all matches. In a sense, you shouldn't have two document permissions for that particular case. But in the rare case that we do, we have a filter on here. And then what we want to do is we want to do an update, and we just go folder. Hold on, we want to have a look under here. Yeah, folder equals, and I realized the music stopped. Okay, so we need form.cleaned data, and then we have parent folder. In fact, we probably don't need to do any of that, and it is as simple as that. So what I'm going to do, refresh. So this only happens with that. So shoulder face is getting moved on to drag this folder. If I hit refresh, it is under there. And then if I move, ooh, okay. Ah. Parent folder. Having a look under the forms. Required false. But it's saying that's wrong. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is down here. So if parent folder ID does not equal 0, we're going to pass int. And we're going to go parent folder ID does not equal undefined. So it's got to be both of those cases. Perfect. So if we wait a little while, actually it shouldn't take too long to do. It's about 1 second. If we wait a little while, we'll go into the document. So drag this folder. Shoulder face should go up into here. It's saying 400 still. If we click on this, we've got null. All right. And parent folder ID does not equal null. So we've got a bunch of conditions for this. We're going to wait a couple of seconds. We're going to hit refresh. And I'm going to hit refresh once more. So drag this folder down here. Oh, that shouldn't be happening. All right, what I'm going to do, parent folder ID. All right, cool. We're just going to do that. So waiting, let's say a second or two. Done. Sweet. Let's go back over here. Let's hit refresh. I'm just going to go into the console. I'm going to go documents, drag this folder. I'm going to drag that down. I'm doing that at the folder level. I didn't do it up here. All right, is null. We just want to paste that in. All right, so in any case, we really should be getting rid of quite a lot of this. All right, that one is not needed because that one's handled up here. And undefined is, we're putting that one just in case. Okay, so we'll wait a couple of seconds. We're going to hit refresh. We're going to hit the documents. And that looked like it worked. Oh, yep. Anyway, thank you very much for coming, Ziggy. So I do hope to see you again. So yeah, good luck with the engine. All right, so that worked. Now let's drag this folder. We haven't actually set the folder up yet. So we've done this one. This one works. So if we drag and that drag and we hit refresh and we go into the documents, it'll be under here, second level, shoulder face. All right, and then we'll put shoulder face back up to here. We do a refresh and then presto, shoulder face. All right, so what I want to do is let's do the folders now because the folder will be very, very similar to that. Let's have a look at the models. Let's go /folder. So we've got folder, and then under folder, we've got parent folder. So, this is pretty easy to do. So what we have, let's go forms. Let's go folder. So folder remove, what we actually want is we want class folder update form, forms.form, and then we just need folder, ooh, hold on, let's go back over to here, let's open up this, let's delete all of this, let's drag this folder into here. It didn't work because of a network error. Oh, yep. All right, cool. We're just gonna do that. Sorry, I should have done this before I did anything. So I'm just gonna hit refresh until we get our network back. All right, sweet. Documents. I am gonna clear this all out. I'm just gonna drag this folder into here, and we're gonna open this up and see what we've got. So we've got moving folder and we've got parent folder. So in here, we're undoing this, and we've got moving folder equals forms.model choice field, and we got the query set equals folder objects dot all, required equals true. Done. And then what we have is parent folder, yeah, it's just called parent folder equals forms.model choice field, oops, model choice field. We've got a query set equals folder dot objects dot all, and then we got required equals false. We don't need it. All right, so we've got those two in. Now, if we jump into our views, we've got the document update document, and then what did we name this other one? Document update, it's right down there. All right, cool. So straight off the bat, what we want to do, form equals folder update form, and we want to pass into request.post. Now we've got to actually add that in, so we hover over that and we just add that in. And then we want to go if not form.is valid, return http bad request form.errors. All right, done. And then the next thing is we want folder dot objects dot filter. And now this is where I have a look at the models once again. So yep, we've got, yep, all right, cool. We've got folder ID, and then the, all right, sweet. This is going to be very easy, very much like the above code. So we've got folder. What we want to do is we want folder ID equals form.cleanData. And then we want to open up this, and then we got moved folder ID. Perfect. All right, and then the next thing we want to do is the whole destination. That's going to be an object. Hang on, object location ID, and we're happy with that. And then we want to do update, and then we go parent folder equals form.cleanedData parent folder, and then response, nothing back. All right, cool. Cool. Let's do a quick test. Let's hit refresh. And holy hell, I didn't realize that it is past 10 o'clock at the moment. So I'm going to snooze this ad break because we can't actually stay up for very much longer. I need to go to bed. I got to ride my bike early in the morning. So drag this document. We're going to place it into there. We've got a 500 error. Folder ID expects a number but got a folder. All right. Waiting a couple of seconds. Let's click on documents. Let's drag this document. All right. So that document got dragged under there. I'm just refreshing to make sure it got saved. No, it didn't. All right. I'm just going to go moving folder equals form.cleanData moving folder. All right, cool. And then in here, we're going to have moving folder dot folder ID. I know it's a bit silly. I mean, in reality, I should be able to just take the moving folder. But then I'm doing a single upload. Yeah, no. No, that's it. All right, waiting a few seconds, going to hit refresh. We've got documents. We're dragging this folder. Boom. All right, it says it did it. If we refresh, we go into documents. Boom. It's dragged this folder. Let's go on the second level. Oh, yeah. Let's click on this. Let's go drag documents here. I want to snooze that for another 5 minutes. Thank you very much. That wasn't 5 minutes. Second level. Drag this folder is up all the way up here. All right, cool. Let's drag the folder back down. And let's do it all the way down. And let's hit refresh and documents. All right, sweet. This is perfect. All right. I'm glad I got this feature out. Yeah. This is awesome. The feature won't be released until we fix a couple of bugs. That being said, it was awesome. So I'm going to clear this. I'm going to go remove static. What I'm going to do, git status, git add, git commit, added. Oh, this will be part of the card, won't it? Card 480. I'm actually, feature, drag, I can't spell, docs. All right. I'm really glad that this got done tonight. So git flow feature finish. So yeah. Yeah, this means next Wednesday I'll do another release. I can't be bothered doing it right now because then I've got a bit of administration to do and stuff like that. But yeah, I want to finish these 3 bugs, or at least do 3 more and stuff like that. Current issues, yeah. It might be one of those things that I ignore 1 or 2 of them, but yeah. Anyway, we are done. Let's have a look at who's streaming at the moment. We've got Togglebit. Yeah, let's go Togglebit. Oh. Alright, I'm getting all the toy ads at the moment. I don't know why. It's just like, I don't have money for toys. I don't play with them. Alright, cool. So, yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming tonight. It has been wonderful. We've added new features in, which is awesome. So, yeah, hopefully I'll move the cards over and stuff like that, and then hopefully I'll get some feedback for them. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, and I do hope you enjoy Togglebit's stream. So, yeah.